Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson. It's going to be a quick lesson on how to multiply fractions. Okay, so first we're going to look at numbers like this. For example, we'll do a half times a third. Now, the last lessons we looked at, we were adding and subtracting fractions where we need to have a common denominator. So in this case, we do, put it both over 6 and get equivalent fractions. But the good thing is about multiplying fractions, we don't need to do that. It's got a really nice, easy rule, and that is simply multiply the two top numbers and then multiply the two bottom numbers. So 1 times 1 is equal to 1, 2 times 3 is equal to 6, and bang, it works out really, really nicely. If you want to look at that in terms of a diagram, I guess, we're going to put this into sixths. We've currently got, let's say, 1/3. And let's say, for example, 1/3 would be 2/6, wouldn't it, realistically? Okay. And then half of that would simply be 1/6. So it works out quite nicely. But thinking about the rule, multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, and then you have your answer. Okay, or obviously you might like to simplify after that. And that's pretty much as hard as it gets. Well, maybe we might do some mixed numerals in a moment, and that might be a little bit more challenging. But honestly, it's really easy. Now, if you, for example, muddled up and said, oh, well, let's find a common denominator, let's see what might actually happen. Will the question, or the answer should I say, will it be wrong? Okay, well, let's put it over 6 and over 6. So 1/2 would be times by 3 times by 3, which would be 3/6. Times it by 2, top by 2, we get 2/6. Now let's do tops and bottoms. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. If I simplify that, we get 1 over 6, which is the same. Okay, so it actually doesn't really matter if you do find a common denominator, but it's just a waste of time. Okay, it's an absolute waste of time. So please get in the habit of simply multiplying the tops and the bottoms. Okay, so I've got 3 questions here. Now, you should be able to do the first one, certainly. You might not be able to do the second and third one, but I want you to have a go at it anyway. See if you can use your working mathematical skills. See if you can devise a way to figure out how to do 2 and 3. Pause it and then come back to it to see how you went. Okay, so hopefully you've had a crack at this. So the first one should be nice and easy. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. Now, that's pretty much the answer, but I would like you to recognize that you can divide them both by 6 to get 1 over 2, or a half. Okay, relatively easy. Okay, the next one we haven't done before, but hopefully you might know what to do. What is 5 as a fraction? Well, it'll be 5 over 1. Because 5 divided by 1 is 5. So we've created a fraction. 5 times 6 is 30. 1 times 7 is 7. And I've got my answer. You could write it as a mixed numeral and saying, well, 4 7s are 28. And that means we've got 2 sevenths left over. So both those answers would be correct. I wonder if you got that one right. Now, the very last one, what about this one? Again, we haven't done this question yet, but I would hope that you could have a crack at it. Now, if you did 2 times 3 and then 1/3 times 1/4, look, that's quite common. Unfortunately, though, it's not correct. Remember back to the lessons with adding and subtracting, when I said, well, all else fails, we should always turn these to improper fractions. Because once I have it in fraction form, we know all we need to do is times tops and times bottoms. So what's 2 and 1/3? Well, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7, so we get 7/3. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13 over 4. Now what we can do is now times the tops and times the bottoms. Okay, they are bigger numbers, which is a bit of a pain, but we can deal with that. 7 times 13, well, 7 times 10 is 70. 7 3s are 21, so that makes 91. 3 times 4 makes 12, and we have our nice answer of 91 divided by 12. I don't think that's going to simplify down to anything better, apart from perhaps if we could do it as a mixed numeral. Let's say, 7 12s are 84. So that's going to be 6, 7 left over, 7 12ths. So 7 and 7 12ths. Hopefully that's right. Look, as I said, pretty straightforward. Less than 5 minutes, we can get that done. Times tops, times bottoms, and then simplify. Have a great day.